Baseball needs to start embracing the fact that these guys are human beings, bro. These guys have style, they have substance, they have all these things that they like to do outside of baseball. And I think it's dope when you see a player walking in the building with some fresh J's on. When you see a player walking in the building with, custom made jersey, or you see him walking in with some fresh shit on, where you like, my boy got some swag. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, I feel like baseball players get lumped into this stew where it's like, he's just a baseball player. He ain't got no type of individuality. You know what I mean? I kind of like when Bryce is out here flexing after he homers and got the colorful cleats on and looking like one of the Avengers and shit.
I'm definitely for, I think, Major League Baseball just having a better way of promoting how players are off the field. Like, we get it, we know their last names, we know the number on their jersey, we know the organization that they play for, but let's have, let's get some more insight on, like you said, what these guys like wearing, what these guys are doing on a day-to-day basis. And, Stefan, you and I know, we're both into sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
You're heavy into Nike. I had a crazy Jordan phase at one point when I was in high school myself. Now I'm strictly into like Adidas and Yeezy and all that stuff. Still like Nike, by the way, though, because those ones, we talked about the ones, bro. That's a sneaker that you just can't,
By the way, the 30th anniversary of the ones that he won 85 are coming back out in 25.
Oh, yeah, the bread ones, yeah. Or they call them the band ones as well. The NBA apparently had bandos.
The league banned it because it went against the colorway. They wanted sneakers to match the colorway of the jersey.
Right.
And Mike being Mike was like, nah. My shit's gonna have some individuality, some flair. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that these kids go out and buy my shit. And then 30 years later, you seen the Jordan 1 collection I got. My Jordan 1 collection is serious. When I saw these things about to come out, I was like, all right, here's $200 from my bank account. You can easily have when those Jordans come out.
Even with the modern versions of the ones, I would say, right?
Crazy.
Like, Stefan, you just mentioned the 85 ones. But then, shout out to Virgil. May he rest in peace. He made the off-white ones. Those went crazy. Then you had Travis Scott, who he has the Travis Scott ones where they do like the reverse swoosh and all that stuff.
Yep.
Like, just to look at the different variations of it, it's amazing. And I would like to see, in this case, since this is a baseball show, of course, more baseball players not only getting their own signature cleats, but how about some signature sneakers too? Like, what are these guys wearing when they're on turf?
I'm going to tell you this right now. Look at how crazy the Griffies are. The Griffies are still being worn in the hood. There's a couple pairs of Griffies now. You put a pair of Griffies on with the right fit. Flames, bro.
By the way, I'm going to say this right now. The only two players, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stefan, if any of you guys think otherwise, feel free to comment below because I could be wrong here. But to my knowledge, the only two baseball players who sneakers, I would say, have always been like the shit, I would say, is Griffey, as you mentioned, definitely number one. Some of those Jeter Jordans that came out, they go for a decent amount of money. You'd be surprised.
And here's the other one, too. There's one more.
Who's that?
Those Bo Jacksons.
Oh, okay. True.
Bo Jacksons with a jump ball.
I knew I was missing something. I'm not surprised.
No, I mean, you remember, you see, we wasn't alive for the Bulls, but them Bo Jacksons, brother, when he was in KC. Now, you got to remember, Bo Jackson was a dual superstar. He played football and baseball, so he could have gotten the, you know what I mean? You got people rocking the Raider colors, and then you got them rocking Royal colors, so you know what I mean? You were out here. How Aaron Judge doesn't got his own signature shoe is beyond me. How Fernando Tatis Jr. don't got his own signature shoe is beyond me. How a player as electric as Jazz Chisholm doesn't have his own signature shoe is beyond me. There's some custom-made jump-offs. Like Marcus Stroman today was wearing some, I don't even know what brand he's on.
He wears his own. It's called Shugo. Shugo. That's his brand.
Some of the cleats he be rocking, brother. I'm like, put those shits out in sneakers. I'll buy a pair.
Right.
Those shits are fire, bro.
Do you remember when Clint Frazier was with the Yankees? Bro, he was turning every fire sneaker into a cleat. It was ridiculous.
I remember when he walked out with the Baby 8 Jordan 1s on his feet as cleats. I was like, hold up. Your man pulled up with the Baby 8 Jordan 1s to play in a game? Now yo, Clint, you outside, dog.
Right. Dude, this wasn't just things that you were seeing on Yankees social media pages or Major League Baseball pages. No, it was going to an extent where like you had sneaker outlets were starting to cover this stuff because it meant that much. Francisco Lindor and Shohei Ohtani
with New Balance.
They're with New Balance, along with Kawhi Leonard in the NBA and those guys. So New Balance got a little wave going on for themselves too.
You know who was about to catch on the ill wave because they're starting to dominate NBA circles too? Skechers.
I feel, is Embiid with them?
Embiid's with them. Embiid's with them. Julius Randle's with Skechers.
Skechers, wow.
You know what I mean? I think
it's crazy how things change because for years, like Skechers, I mean, you'll always see that on somebody's feet, but for a while, I remember people used to crack jokes about people wearing Skechers and whatnot, and now we're talking about athletes actually wearing sneakers. That's wild. Well, Skechers, yeah.
And you know what I mean? For me, I think that also represents the ability to showcase the type of person you are. You know what I mean? Because we understand you're a baseball player, you're a pitcher, you take the mound every 5 days, but sometimes, what's the saying? You look good, you play good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you walking out there in some shit,
you look good, you feel good, and then you play good. Right.
So it's like, yo, we have to get away from, but you don't want baseball to become too individualistic. Yes, I needed to become more individualistic because the NBA is killing you right now. We just had LeBron versus Zion last night. That drew ratings out to you know where, dog. You know what I mean? So imagine you get a 3-day weekend where you got Fernando versus Ohtani, Manny versus Freddie. Build up your stars. Don't nobody give a fuck about the Padres and Dodgers, it seems, unless you love baseball. Highlight these dudes. You know what I would do? I would put every single Yankee Dodger game of that series at Yankee Stadium in primetime. I'm taking the games away from the regional networks. You getting one Friday night ESPN game. The Saturday night game is gonna be on Fox, and then the Sunday night game. What I would do, because nobody does this, because ESPN has the rights, put this Sunday night game on ABC. Treat it like the NBA does. Have it be a Sunday night showcase where your best games are on Sunday night and they're on ABC.
Right.
How is Pete Alonso not on the billboard? Gunnar Henderson and Ali Rushman not on billboards in Baltimore. Somebody sign these dudes up. Louis Vuitton, y'all got money. All these brands, honestly, even put them with a liquor brand. Put somebody with Ace of Spades. Why none of the Rock Nation dudes that are signed to Rock Nation are linked up with Ace of Spades? Imagine Julio Rodriguez, who's Rock Nation, had his own line of Ace of Spades called like King Julio, and they were only 4,400 bottles made, and if you bought one, it was a silhouette of his jersey or whatever the fuck. You imagine
that's a fire idea, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes wear sunglasses. Why nobody's hooking up with one of these sunglass makers? Yo, we're gonna call these the Fernandos.
Right.
Where it's his brand of sunglasses you play baseball with. Niggas always in some sunglasses. Why they don't have sunglasses deals?
I think what a lot of baseball players wear, I think it's called like Oakleys or something like that. Those things cost money, dude.
Yeah, Oakley's you need some bread to pay.
Some of those are like a few $100 just for some sunglasses. I'm talking about.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm saying, like, yo, you can literally turn this whole thing into a marketing machine if you want to. And I think baseball has not done a good enough job at making it so that the general public wants to go out and rock with your favorite baseball players rock. The problem is baseball is really regional, bro. It's too regional. There's not enough of a national presence in baseball, which hurts it sometimes. I feel like the league is okay with it being status quo because it allows you to keep controlling certain aspects of the league, the business, the financial, the
Yeah.
beef with the players union. Like it all kind of correlates. And if you give these players too much power and they got their own brands and they don't feel like they're tied down to you, I think baseball players will be better off taking shorter term deals because it creates more freedom of movement.
Right.
If you don't tie me down for 10 years, I could easily go to you with a year left on a 5-year deal and go, yo, I'm leaving. So trade me now while you can trade me because I'm not staying here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when it creates, oh, this dude's about to go play with this team, that team. All right, cool. Imagine we make a sneaker with him linked up with his new squad.
I blame nobody other than Major League Baseball. Listen, they haven't never wanted anyone to be too flashy. Keep in mind, they don't want these guys showing any personality on the field.
Right.
For as long as we can remember, you couldn't throw a bat, you couldn't do this without it being a problem. Fernando Tatis, I forgot which team they were playing one time. He had went yard and
he hit a grand slam, and they made him apologize for. I'm sorry for hitting the home run. Like, wait, what?
Because the Padres were up by like a large
Oh,
amount.
I think it was.
This dude is doing his job, telling me I can't hit home runs and celebrate because we're already up by a certain amount of runs.
I wish this would cause a fight. I'm dead serious. I'm advocating for violence right now. Yes, me. I'm advocating for it. Kids, if you don't want your kids to hear him, take them out the room. I'm advocating for violence right now. Yo, dog, if you throw a pitch down the middle and I hit that shit, I'm pimping the fuck out of it for all 50,000 of these niggas in here to see it.
Right.
What is you talking about? I can't be myself. And that's why you got all these minorities going, I ain't playing baseball. For what? I can't show no swagger. I can't talk shit.
Yep.
Man, listen, you know if me and you was on the field, if I hit 400 feet, you know me, dog. I'm talking shit all the way. Yo, dog.
As you should.
You said something? I thought the Duke right here, dude. And you can suspend me and all that shit. Because you as a baseball player, you gotta fight for your right to do your job and to have fun doing your job. Why every time somebody hit a home run and pimp a home run, the benches got to clear? He looked at him crazy. Why do you think these dudes all rather play in the WBC than play for their own teams?
Right.
Injuries be damned. So what? At least with my country, I get the swag out. You got Ron Acuna rocking the Canary Diamonds with the Venezuela jersey.
Yeah, that's why I have always been a big fan of the WBC, for example, because I feel like that is when players are truly themselves, if you know what I mean. Like, they're happier than ever. Not to say that they don't enjoy being Major League Baseball players and earning millions, but just the game itself. If you were to ask a lot of these players, yo, what feels like more fun? Regular season baseball or WBC baseball? It's going to be WBC baseball because it's very similar to that feeling that we all get in October.
Yo, dog, not even that. It's the feeling you get when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You remember when the first time you walked on a field and you felt that. Now, I've never had the privilege of doing this, and I'm not saying this for anybody to feel bad. Oh my God, he's never had the privilege of. Listen, dude, I've had some crazy baseball memories in my lifetime. I'm very content with how my baseball fandom became to be. But you remember the first time you stepped on the grass or you stepped on the field and you felt the dirt between your toes and you were like, oh shit, this shit is beautiful. For me, it was something as simple as the crack of the bat, and then you heard everybody going crazy because if somebody hit a shot, first of all, it sounded like somebody got shot, depending on how good he hit it. And then you got to understand, when you come from Latin countries, that shit was like a party at the park. You spent all day at the park watching your brothers play, then they would watch you play, and then you beat it. By the time you got out of there, you were like, yo, I just went through a spiritual experience watching baseball. The shit was the illest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
right.
You got people showing up with instruments.
Yo, dog, remember this? How you know this? How you know it was one of them days? Remember the lady that had the icy, right? And she would come around and she would make you the pina colada flavor, and she had all the different flavors. And you know you've been in the park for a hot minute. because you seen her circle the park 2 or 3 times before you even got one, and you like, damn, that shit good right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to the grassroots level love of baseball.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I kind of want there to be. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love the ambiance in Yankee Stadium. I love the class of Yankee Stadium. I love what I feel when I walk in there. But you imagine if you let some of them, you know, some of them real loud fan bases in there where you got them playing the drums and we got they get music playing in between that.
Oh, that listen, that's coming this summer. You see Juan Soto out there in right field and the love that they give him. I'm telling you, I don't know if Yankee Stadium would allow it, but I would not be surprised if we start to see that at some point.
You want the dude to stay? You imagine what that shit is gonna feel like, bro? Yo, you have a little DR out here, son.
Right.
Well, you got them playing the music, you got them jumping up and down. Teams don't want to come up in here and deal with all that.
Right.
What? Imagine you had
they waving a 10-foot flag in the air.
Yo, word, like just watching J-Rod in Seattle. Imagine you had a little, you know what I mean, a corner where all them dudes they play the Spanish music and it's in the middle of center field where if you call it the no-fly zone, they're turning that into a party area. Let them bring the instruments. Let them do all that. Play the music. Be loud. Be vocal. Like, yo, give these dudes a slice, right? Why do you think all these rappers be at these basketball games, bro? Because more often than not, before the game, you gonna hear your shit played on the speakers, yo. They just play my shit on the speakers, B. Yo, bro, go out and get these niggas 50-piece real quick. Why can't we do that in baseball? Right. Why can't we have a Romeo Santos walking a pitcher out to the mound, singing his song as the player warms up? Imagine how ill that would be, bro.
Wow. I have never thought about that, but you're putting some stuff out there into the atmosphere.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine a Lindor coming up to Bad Bunny when Bad Bunny's walking this nigga out to shortstop, playing one of his joints, and Francisco's
the one time that I feel like Major League Baseball did that recently is when they brought up for Edwin Diaz for the Mets fans. Shout out to the Mets, by the way. This is I wore a Mets jersey on Sunday, and I'm like, listen, it's only right with the way they've been playing, so I'm gonna bring out a Mets jersey, Mets shirt. And shout out to my guy though. He's not on the team. I mean, he's with us now, but I still rep him regardless.
But if I'm gonna tell you this, if we win the series, I need a Stroman jersey with the official World Series patch. I need you to get one of them things, man. Here's the other thing. Stroman, half Puerto Rican. Why you don't have Puerto Rican Heritage Night with this dude on the mound where all you play is Puerto Rican artists all night?
Right, and not just that too, but in addition to it, I know that would be special for his mom because he is Puerto Rican from his mother's side.
Imagine how crazy that would be.
And then having her show up on that night.
Throw the ceremonial first pitch, and you got the salsa playing in the background.
Yo, listen, Yankee Stadium, Yankees, if you're listening, just cut a little, and take our ideas, no problem.
Yo, why don't you have a Cuban barista in Yankee Stadium every time Nesta pitches, giving out Cuban coffee, going, you know what? Since Nesta's pitching, he's from Cuba. Let's have some Cuban coffee in here. You have one of the Cuban, you turn Yankee Stadium into like you have one of those concession stands. Just all they make is Cuban food, and it's Nesta night. And all they do all night on that particular section, if you want to go get some Cuban food, is right there.
These are good ideas, by the way. And I don't think it requires much for these teams to do.
And here's the thing. You make these players feel like, yo, the organization rocking with me, the city rocking with me. This feels like family. You make baseball more human. These dudes are no longer robots that just play a game for 180 days a year. You humanize them, right? You humanize a guy like if Jacob deGrom he likes Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. Imagine Leonard Skinner playing him out at a Texas Ranger game, singing him to the mound, bro. First start back at Ranger State, the place will go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What? And I'm just like, y'all don't see this? Like, I'm sorry. If Juan Soto wins World Series MVP or Juan Soto wins any type of MVP, Jay-Z got to come back and perform Empire State of Mind, because that's what Juan Soto's walking out to right now. You imagine Jay performing Empire State of Mind the day that this dude wins MVP is like yo, I came outside. Now the bag got to be significant because Jay ain't going to do it for no regular bag. But imagine.
Right.
Oh, man, we could be here all day.
As always, make sure you follow us on Instagram at 27ounce3c.
By the way,
of course, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Rick is gonna be like, how much of this am I supposed to cut down?
Yo, Rick, we love you guys. We love you, bro. For real. We honestly
appreciate you, bro. Yo, this was fun. We out.